Video games dominate our existence. They have been around for decades and have gotten increasingly advanced. Video games can be deadly. Many people have died from them. In this video, we look at 10 deaths caused by video games. A Filipino teen murdered his grandma. After she stopped his Dota match, he defended agents in an internet cafe. Grandma, who had advised him to stop playing, went to fetch him home. He claims he passed out and killed his 68-year-old grandma after the woman warned him about the game. The teenager cleaned up the bloody crime scene before alerting his aunt, who called the police. The woman was found with neck, chest, head, and arm wounds. Police found bloody shards of a vase in the front yard garage bin. The boy's grandma, who raised him alone since he was a child, was killed over a video game. In 2013, an 8-year-old boy in Louisiana shot and killed his grandmother, Mary Smothers, who was 87 years old. The event happened just minutes after the boy started playing Grand Theft Auto. Officials think he shot Mrs. Smothers in the back of the head on purpose. Family and friends of the victim said, as she sat in her living room watching TV, that the victim and the juvenile had a normal, loving relationship and even shared a bedroom. In a statement, the sheriff's office said that investigators have found out that the teen suspect was playing Grand Theft Auto 4 just minutes before the murder. Under Louisiana law, the boy will not be charged because he is now living with his parents. A child under 10 is not responsible for breaking the law. Tyrones Spellman, a 28-year-old man from Philadelphia, beat his 17-month-old daughter to death in 2006. He was playing the popular game Ghost when the child crawled into the room and broke his Xbox. In a fit of rage, Spellman beat the child over and over again. Investigators say that the child's body was then put next to a barbell in another room to make it look like the death was an accident. Spellman ran away from the scene, but the next day he turned himself in. Official autopsy reports show that the toddler's skull was broken and caved in from repeated blows to the head. Spellman, who admitted to being a video game addict, said he did not mean to kill the child. He was given a prison sentence of between 22 and 45 years. A young man named Chang Truong died at a Taiwan internet cafe in 2012 after playing Diablo 3 on his PC for 40 hours non-stop. An attendant found Chang resting on the table next to his computer after he had been there for hours. The attendant roused him, and after he got up, took a couple of steps, and then fell down on the ground. He was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A blood clot in his leg was thought to have been caused by sitting in front of his computer for too long, which led to his death. Blizzard, the developer of Diablo, offered the following statement: "We feel that moderation is really important, and that a person's daily life should take precedence over any kind of entertainment." Lee Sung-sup was no average South Korean Starcraft player. He loved it. He dedicated his life to the real-time strategy game. In 2005, he spent all his time playing the game and lost his job and girlfriend. Lee spent most of his money at an internet cafe. When he started a 50-hour session, he was done. He died of fatigue and thirst. Being interested in games and being addicted are different. This man loved Starcraft. Peyton Luner was stabbed 19 times and left in 2014. Morgan Geyser and Anissa Wire, 12, tried murder. Two women calmed video game Slenderman. They imagined he wouldn't haunt them if they sacrificed a genuine person. Documents show they planned to stab her for months. Geyser's room included 60 Slenderman drawings. An image shows a girl with a message: "Murder it." Someone stabbed Peyton in the woods. The victim said, "I despise and won't forgive you. Trusted you." The girls who attacked fled. Peyton crawled onto a biker's trail. Luner recouped. She's now 13 years old. Warren LeBlanc, a 17-year-old from Leicester, England, got life in prison in 2004 for acting out a death scene from the video game Manhunt. The game was made by Rockstar North, and LeBlanc was armed with a knife and a claw hammer. Warren got 14-year-old Stefan Pakara to follow him to a park nearby. He hit and stabbed the boy more than 50 times until the boy died in court. The victim's mother had to leave the courtroom as the horrible details of her son's murder were told. At the end of the trial, the judge said one thing is clear. You were the only one to blame for this long, cruel, and deadly attack on a person who thought of you as a friend. In 2003, Devin Moore, who was 18 at the time, was arrested for Grand Theft Auto, the real-life crime, not the video game. While being processed at the police station, he lunged at one of the officers and grabbed his .40 caliber Glock. He shot him in the head, along with 2 other police officers. As he left the station to steal a police car and was caught and handcuffed, he said more. "Life is like a video game, and you have to die at some point." The people on his defense team tried to use the Rockstar game. The young man's violent actions were blamed on Grand Theft Auto Vice City. In the end, Devin was put to death by injection. As recently as 2014, a 16-year-old man stabbed an 11-year-old child to death in the Philippines. Allegedly because the younger boy had hacked into the older boy's online Dota 2 account. The victim was transported to a construction site, where he was beaten up by the suspect, according to the victim's relatives and police investigations. The 16-year-old suspect denied any contact with the victim, while he was thrown repeatedly against the walls and stabbed approximately 40 times. He was discovered, however, with his shorts covered in blood and a trail of blood going up to his home. In the aftermath of the attack, the mother was unable to identify her own son. In 2007, 16-year-old Daniel Patrick killed both his parents over Halo 3. Daniel bought Halo 3 against his parents' wishes. After they locked it up, he took the key and unlocked the safe. Daniel found his father's gun next to an impulse gun and grabbed it. After asking his parents to close their eyes, he shot them, killing his mother and wounding his father. After killing his parents, he put the gun in his father's hand to fake a murder-suicide. As police arrived, Daniel was trying to flee in the family van with Halo 3 in the passenger seat. His youth prevented him from receiving the death penalty. His trial date year is 2032.